everyone, it is Toby here, back for another video, and I know it's one that you guys have been waiting for and wanting to see for a long time. I've been getting lots of comments about me testing my deadlift strength, and the day is upon us, the PR max day for deadlift, to see how strong I actually am. So before we get into the deadlift itself, let's go and sort of run down where my deadlift has been, a bit of history about my deadlift and what I am expecting from myself today. So my deadlift went through a bit of a plateau in 2022. It took me 10 months to break my existing PR, and that was a 230 kilo PR, and I broke it with a 235 kilo PR, so that is where I'm currently at. Here is the video of that PR. And both Loz and I are confident that I can hit a 250 kilo deadlift, a quarter of a ton, half the world record. It is what I've been wanting to hit in 2022 before I hit the plateau. That was my goal. Obviously, the plateau for 10 months of 2022 sort of put an end to that goal in my mind. But with Loz's help, he's brought back the fire inside of me to be able to get that. And honestly, I didn't think I'd be able to get it, but he insists that we go for it today. And I've basically, in my own mind, solidified that I will do it, because last week my final heavy single was 230, aka 5 kilo off my PR, and it went something like this. So as you can see, very smooth, very easy, and it made me happy, it made me excited, it made me feel like I could actually do this 250 kilo deadlift. So with that burning fire inside of me, let's get warming up. I'm not going to show you all the warm-ups because they're a bit boring. I'm going to start about midway through my warm-ups, probably about 140 kilo, and I'll show you all the warm-ups leading up to that 250 kilo attempt. So I'm sure you could see those warm-ups moved amazingly. They moved so smooth and so quick, with 220 kilo being the heaviest weight I'm warming up to, and it absolutely flew. It felt like nothing. I am ready to go ahead and hit this PR. Let's do it. Let's jump in. 250 kilos coming up right now. Well, would you look at that? That absolutely flew in comparison to my last PR of 235. I am feeling strong at the minute. That is amazing. That is what I wanted to hit this year. 2022 goal, 250 kilos, done in just the right amount of time. It's the 29th of December. We've only got a few days left of 2022, and I managed to hit my goal. I will let you in on a little secret. I did attempt 260 shortly after that 250 attempt, and it didn't even break the floor. So I'm not even going to include that in this video or anything. I've deleted the clip. It's gone, but 250. That easily is my PR, and I'm going to discuss a bit about my deadlift and my deadlift struggles and why that 260 didn't even break the floor when 250 moved so easily, because I feel like you guys might find it interesting. So, I'm sure a lot of you are down in the comments screaming at me as to why I didn't go heavier or why I didn't get that 260, saying that it's just because I mentally didn't believe it or anything like that. And it's partly that, but my deadlift has always been the case where I can lock out any deadlift I've ever got off the floor. I have never failed a deadlift due to a lockout, apart from when it's been for reps and we're at rep number 15 and my lower back's giving out. But my deadlift always suffers for max off the floor, and that is for a few reasons. So genetically, my back is where I hold a lot of my muscle mass. Don't get me wrong, I do in my legs as well. But my legs are shorter and my torso is longer. So my legs are more built for squatting than they are for deadlifting. And it just sort of, I struggle to get it off the floor, basically. My power off the floor has always been something I've been working on. And squatting has been helping that tremendously. Leg pressing, all these other sort of exercises have been helping that tremendously. But it's the case that if I get a deadlift off the floor and sort of halfway up my shin, I will usually lock it out and be fine. So that is why 250 seemed to move really easily. And it's because I got it past that sticking point for me. I got it off the floor and I can lock it out easy. Whereas 260, I only got about half an inch off the floor. I didn't get it past that sticking point, which meant that it didn't move anywhere. And probably had I warmed up for 260, had I not done 250 just before it, I would have been better. But even though 250 looked that easy, it did take it out of my legs, hamstrings, and glutes from that getting it off the floor. They were feeling it, and I subconsciously knew the 260 probably wasn't there today. And that is a big thing, you know, the mental side of lifting is almost more important than the physical. You could be as physically strong as you like, but if your mind is not in it, you're not going to be able to hit your full potential. Now, for months now, I've been focused, absolutely zoomed in on that 250 kilos, which meant that going for more was not what I was focused on. It's not fathomed. Like, it would be nice, but my mind was really set on 250. I did that, and it felt like a weight had been taken off me, so that's why going for more wasn't really going to happen. So say in a month's time I do another short peaking phase, and in my head I've got 260, for example. It'd probably go, because I wouldn't have done 250 just before. I would have warmed up properly for 260, had the correct amount of jumps, and be mentally set on 260. But because I was set on 250, going for 260 afterward was just sort of like, it'd be nice type of thing. I wasn't set on it. And some of you may argue that, oh, well, you should have been set on 260, you should have been set on 300, and then you would have got anything leading up to it. And it doesn't really work like that, because obviously a 15 kilo PR, don't get me wrong, is still a huge PR, especially when we're getting into the mid to late 200s now. A 15 kilo PR is a really, really big PR to be getting. When you're in the lower, like upper 100s, lower 100s, lower 200s, a 15 kilo PR is a bit more regular, because you're still in those newbie gains. I've been lifting now for 2 or 3 years, so the gains are slowing down a little bit, so 5 kilo PRs are more commonplace. A 15 kilo PR is nuts, and I've been working really hard for the last 5 months to be able to get that, so to be then asking for a 25 kilo PR is just ridiculous, and I'm not surprised I didn't get it. But that's not to say in the near future I won't be getting heavier. Loz, after watching that video, my coach obviously has seemed to think that I've got 270 in me. And my goal for 2023 is 600 pounds, or about 272 kilo, which would be amazing. And if Loz says I've got 270 in me now, imagine in a year's time we could be looking at that 300 sort of mark. It could be nice. So we're not going to take it on the chin. We're not going to be disappointed that 260 didn't move. We're going to be ecstatic that 250 went up and look forward to the future where we'll be doing 270, 600 pounds and beyond. Stay tuned, guys. It's about to get nuts in here. So because the deadlift was the main thing I wanted to max this week, that is why it's getting its own video. In the Next video, you will be seeing the rest of my PRs from this week. They weren't set out as maxes, they were just a heavy single that also happened to be my PR. So look out for the squat, bench and log press video coming up next. That will hold all my other PRs for this training block, and they're pretty juicy, they're nice as well, but nothing compares to this 250 kilo deadlift. I'm going to have a big beaming smile on my face for the foreseeable future, and I hope you enjoyed. And you guys can stop commenting now about wanting to see a max effort deadlift from me. I know it didn't look max effort, but it really was. So with that being said, in celebration of my 250 kilo deadlift, can we get a like down below? And I want you guys to comment based on that lift. What do you think in a year's time I will be able to deadlift? I'd love to hear from all of you. I'd love to know what you thought of the lift, what you think I'm capable of right now, and what you think I'm capable of in a year's time. Also, let me know your guys' deadlift PRs and your guys' goals for 2023. I'd love to know. I reply to every single comment. Yeah, it would be really helpful. And as aforementioned, please like the video. It helps boost this video to the algorithm, get me out there. I make videos like this whenever I can. I really, really do enjoy it. And of course, if you've made it this far and you haven't considered hitting subscribe, please do help me out. The one goal that I will not be hitting this year is 500 subscribers by the end of 2022. But oh well, we're on 420 something. And it's a shame. I'm 70 subscribers short. But you know what? Anything can help. So if you've watched this video and you're not subscribed, consider helping me hit that goal as well. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video where we tackle some more PRs.